Danny and input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
Hey, I'm
What's
back.
Go ahead, Danny.
Sorry, I was going to say I'm back on camera. Welcome to the State of the Transformers fandom. Moving forward, the future. I'm Danni Dolphin, and this is...
This is me. It's me. It's that N-PUT, and as everyone can see, I am mobbing with the AI queen, Danny. Look at those double Ds. I hope everyone out there is having a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever it is. Yeah, this week's episode is moving forward and the future. I feel like that kind of encompass a lot of stuff. But before we get into it, let's talk about next week's episode. I know I might be jumping the gun just a little bit here, but next week's topic is the cost of collecting, and it's skyrocketing to atmospheric cost, baby. So if you guys want to jump in on that conversation, feel free next week. But since you guys are here, jump in on this one right here. And as always, every single week, we want you to leave your honest reviewers in the live chat and in the comments down below after this is live. So if you're watching this live, put them in the live chat. If you're listening,
I think we should do another run of those soon, too, after maybe another one of the honest reviewers, because there's some people I've been watching lately that I totally missed out, and they're just classic. So I think we should do another one. Like I said, it's never a number of people that we're doing, but it's just like cycle through, right? There's always new honest people we haven't highlighted, so it'd be cool just to do another one and not pick another 4 or 5 each or whatever.
Yeah, I'm down for that, because I feel like YouTube, the reason why we do it is because YouTube is so oversaturated with shills and people that just aren't giving products like honest reviews and stuff. They're just trying to get in good with the company and being shills and stuff. So we're trying to highlight the people who give you honest information so you can make an informed decision about the product that you're trying to purchase. So this week, man, Danny, we're moving forward, baby. We're in the future right now. Okay, we're not in the present, we're not in the past. No. We're in the future, Jack. You can call us Sonic CD because we're in the future.
Yeah, I mean PlayStation, or what I said in PlayStation, but yeah, no, I'm great. Like I feel like I've been sick lately, but yeah, I'm feeling like moving on in the future, like just everything. Like I'm really trying to, like I said, might be moving, so I'm really going through everything I have here lately. I'm getting rid of a lot of Marvel Legends except for like 8 Spider-Man stuff. I'm like really going through almost everything, my retro stuff, and bringing a bunch of stuff on to go down to the toy show to sell or take in for trade. And yeah, just really, just I guess spring cleaning is on the nose, that is, but I'm really just going through. I'm trying to push forward. I'm trying to better myself this year more than ever. I'll be 39 in April, so you just turned that big 4-0. So it's a lot of change and a lot of looking forward. Future.
So look at like the future. When you look at your when you look at yourself, the last like 5 years or so, compared to now, what do you see?
I don't know. I just see a more beautiful woman. I'm just kidding. I just see like personal growth. Like I've lost weight. I see like it has gone up. I've tried so hard in the last 5 years to improve myself. The hoarding and the stuff has come back. As even kind of, I've got rid of stuff when mom comes over here. Like sometimes she's like, it's still a little out of hand. And sometimes it's a lot better than it was, my mental state. I'm in a relationship. So I think the last 5 years I've improved drastically, but I always trying to, raise that bar, and I love collecting and I love all this nerdy stuff. I love being on YouTube, but it's just I'm trying to move forward on here. Doing this show with you, I think, is a huge improvement to like where I was before. Not doing anything with anyone. Like I said before, Ultra Megatronus Martin kind of got me out of a funk for sure. So I feel like it's all progression, but I always want to go higher and higher.
Right. I get that. Yeah. For me, it's kind of weird because I went through like 5 years, or not 5. I don't want to say 5, like, because that puts it like January 1st, 2025. Like that's where it starts getting better or whatever, right? Like, but yeah, moving forward, the future. That's my best Sonic CD impression. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. Pass. But yeah, man, I kind of feel you on the mental thing, right? Like your mental state getting better and better and better. I think for me, I went through a lot of stuff in 3.5, 4 years with my mental state and everything, and I kind of feel like I'm on the other side of it, so that's the best way to put it, I guess you could say. Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And so like now that I'm on the other side, I feel so much more freer than what I did a year and a half ago even, right? And to be able to start moving forward and start really kind of and looking at certain things in my life, I guess, right? And when it comes to like collections or whatever it may be, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a collection or whatever, but like, so you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything along, but I look at things in my life now and it's like, okay, where is this? Where do I want to, where am I? And stuff like that. And I'm right there with you. It's like, I feel like now because I went through there's a saying, you got to go through hell to get to heaven. And I feel like I went through hell. I'm on the road to heaven, if that makes sense. Right. And so it's like basically onward, upward, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I see you too. I've seen you in the last while, like take a huge leap, especially in the year and a half, because I know there's a fallout with people we had, and just your mood was lower. I noticed you seem more up on the up again, and like I don't know, even just talking to you in the last like years that I've known you on the phone once in a while, like that really got me through too. Like just talk about someone that understands the whole thing, like from the YouTube to the collecting to community beef with people, so I always had you to go forward. That's why it's awesome that we're doing this now, trying to bring it all together, right? And yeah, I have friends in real life, but I can't talk to them about YouTube and this and that. They don't see the whole picture, right? So
right, and you got to kind of not to compare it to like soldiers or whatever, right? But like I had an uncle that was like he was in the Air Force, and he used to say like I feel like there's nobody that I can talk to about this stuff because nobody was in the Air Force, right? Like nobody can kind of fully grasp. And I totally, so I understand what you're saying there is like when you step back, not, and you're trying to explain the larger picture, you're having to break things down and more so than what you normally would have to. And the thing about that, what sucks is like when you're trying to explain to somebody to get something off your chest to kind of just to release stress or whatever it might be, having to break that down constantly, right? Kind of it takes away from the stress release, and I feel like it becomes a stressor in a way, because you're trying to, like I said, you're trying to release that stress and get it off your chest or whatever it is, and it's just they're constantly like interrupting you. Well, what is that? Well, what do you mean by this? Why, what does that word mean or whatever? and it starts to build up to a point to where your frustration builds up and you're just kind of like, screw it. Okay, whatever. I'll just, there's, you get to that point where you feel like there's nobody that you can talk to about it. And so, yeah, long story short, I understand what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But I find that in all of this moving forward, I feel like, I'm like on, I've rebooted almost, and it's like I'm at 2.0, like it's input 2.0, right?
Yeah, sure. No, I do.
Like,
I feel that from you too. Like I noticed like a huge change. A huge change. Getting rid of a lot of stuff helped you out. I think.
Oh yeah, honestly,
Cleaning.
yeah.
Like,
No, what are you saying? Go ahead.
Oh, just like in general, like getting rid of stuff, and then like even people you associate with. Me too. We've like gotten a smaller circle, which I think has helped in the long run.
Yeah. And honestly, getting rid of a lot of stuff, I found like during the pandemic and stuff, I was buying a lot of stuff as like a stress release.
Same.
And I don't think that was healthy in the slightest at all. And that kind of added, that started out as a stress release, but then it turned into a stressor because it was like, okay, now this is coming out. I got to get this. I got to get this. I got to get this. I got to find, how am I going to pay for this? This is $100. How am I going to da. Right. So like, I find that like, maybe I kind of feel like it was like one of those things where a lot of the things that like I was getting, I would kind of look at when I would see them. I wasn't enjoying them. They were reminders of the stressors and essentially what I had gone through mentally. And I don't mind remembering what I go through, as I feel like, what we go through makes us who we are. But I want to have things that remind me of the positive, not necessarily the negative. Right.
Totally.
So when I was looking at some of this stuff, I was like, okay, this reminds me of the negative. I don't want it. It's got to go. Time to get rid of it. Stuff like that. But on the plus side, it's, I was able to put the money towards different things, and now I can look at, the certain things I've gotten from my car. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Toyota nut. So, I can look at the things that I've been wanting to do for, to my car, different mods and whatnot. And I can finally put the money towards that. I can, whatever I want to do with it. And now I can look at those things and be like, that, like I went through that hell to get to this. And that's the positive reminder that I want, like, so, but yeah, I appreciate, and honestly, Danny, I appreciate you too. Cause like, you've been there hands down if I needed anybody to call, talk to, or anything like that. So
yeah, I feel the same. It goes back and forth. That's what friends are for. But it's like I said, it's nice to have friends. Like, we don't know each other like in the real, like can't just drive to each other's house, but it's like the things that we know about each other, like, and just the online and the collecting, so relatable. It's good to have strong friendships in that community, and especially for that long over time, because then you don't have to rerun, like you're saying, the same thing to a new person or someone that doesn't really understand it, and you're trying to explain to them, they get hooked on like keywords that, you know what I mean, it just kind of goes all over the place. So and that's what I mean. I've moved forward too so much with all this, and like I'm trying to, like I said, get rid of this, get rid of that, and still trying to grow. And like you said, you like to spend money on your like car and Toyota or car stuff in the future. And like for me too, I like I like the stuff I do, like nails, hair, like all this crap. It costs money, Botox and all this crap, right? And it's like, I could be better at that, just feel good for myself. It's not like I'm bettering myself, but you know what I mean? It just feels good for me. And it's like, I'm putting stuff aside just to buy another like repaint, but I mean, I love this repaint, and he loves Oracle, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's kind of the madness of it all, right? Especially
yeah,
the present, like you said, I got to keep up, and I got to do this, but oh, I'm like, this isn't working. I need new glasses, but I bought this instead.
Yeah, because you almost end up putting yourself at a detriment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like like you're saying, like I need new glasses, or I need to get my eyes checked, or I need whatever. I need a filling tooth
Yeah.
filled or whatever. But you're like, oh, but I can't miss this Grimlock, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, fuck. Okay, well,
I know. And even if you have the money or you're putting it on credit, like it's just not a good habit, So, like I said, in the future, it's nice. Like I've been doing a lot better myself, and you even got that, new job. You're like, this probably helped a lot too mentally from you at the toy store. So, I mean, you see lots, it's just like, but yeah, it's so much change, It's hard to keep up, but like, yeah, it's better to get your teeth done or your hair instead of just buying another Grimlock,
yeah. And honestly, dude, the toy stores kind of made me feel like a kid again, dude. There's so much stuff that like I think I've talked about like some of the Secret Wars stuff on the show before, but like like sometimes stuff comes in, I'm just like, people want to sell it or whatever, and I'm just messing around with it like it's so cool, It's like it's like 8-year-old me is like, flipping that, hitting that launch button or whatever, and it's sending the Spider-Man or the Optimus Prime or whatever to the moon or whatever, and but yeah. It's a really fun place to work. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and you can see the trends of people there too, I'm guessing, right? Like you can see people that start dumping off their classified. Like, you know what I mean? You can see these toy trends people are going through, especially the owner in there, the store, I'm guessing, and people have worked there for years. Like you pick up on this. Like when I used to work at GameStop, I kind of noticed when people started to dump a certain collection, like for cheap you know what I mean? But you just see this kind of pattern that takes place overall on a lot of people, right?
Yeah, no, we had a guy that came in, speaking of classified, he dumped his entire classified collection and was just like, in his words, it took him a while to realize what classified wasn't for him. Mm-hmm. He was OG G.I. Joe and 3 3/4 G.I. Joe. And, he just kind of realized, like, I'm buying the same characters I already have in 3 3/4. And there's, he's like, for him, it wasn't for him. And he finally realized that, but he realized that, and he had like almost every figure 1 through like 130 or whatever it is, or 0, whatever that first Snake Eyes. And then he had the HasLabs and the helicopter and the Hiss tank and all that stuff. But yeah, I do see a lot of people, like their buying habits and a lot of their selling habits, what they're getting into, what they're getting out of and stuff. We've sold through stockpiles of Marvel Legends here. It's so crazy because like it would be so much of the stuff like would sit, we've had a stockpile of Marvel Legends for like 6 or 7 months that nobody wanted, and all of a sudden it's like half the wall is gone in the span of like 3 weeks. And it's like, what happened here? What movie got announced? What cartoon is about to come out that people just had to have like, 10 Mysterios or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I find that a lot of people are going back to either vintage or they're just deciding like, they're starting to decide what is for them, what they want, and beginning to either like fine tune their collections or fine tune their lives or whatever it is. Downsize would probably be the better term there. Downsize their lives and either fine tune their collection or downsize their life. But it's really interesting to see. It really is really interesting to see. And I think like, now a lot of people in that regard are starting to, or in that same vein, they're starting to move forward from the pandemic and stuff. And I think now a lot of people are, I know a lot of people like in 2022 are, they're out in the movies, they're in the mall and they're living their life and stuff. But there's a lot of people that weren't. And I think now everybody is doing that. You know,
Yeah.
like the late bloomers are starting to poke their heads out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's safe. Come on, come on, come on." To where, like, you know, society is back to what it was, but there's a lot of scars in that. You know, a lot of battle damage, a lot of bruises and bumps and scars and stuff in that. And like I said, so people are starting to come out, and people are starting to come out and realize like they don't want this stuff, need this stuff, or whatever it is now. So, yeah. Iaconus in chat says, the local Ollie's has a better selection of Marvel Legends than Target or Walmart.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's true. I've seen that too. I have seen that too. I've gone up to local Walmart and Target, and toy aisle is damn near empty. I saw a no bullshit. I saw a Lando Calrissian, Return of the Jedi Lando Calrissian at my local Target on clearance for $8. And I remember seeing him.
Figure, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him throughout the entire pandemic at that Target.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
sad.
it's like on constant repeat, you know?
It is, yeah. That figure is like, yeah, even at $4 I saw in the States, it was still sitting there. So
yeah, I'm like, dang, nobody wants this. Nobody wants this figure.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. And same here, like, yeah, they haven't got any of the new, like, besides GameStop, any of the new Transformers wave, and the Walmarts, both Walmarts here are just bare, you know. So if I end up going there and there's new stuff there, I'll definitely film it, right? But it's just everyone's on. It's just waiting bare. And yeah, I like what you said. I feel like, you know, especially if I'm moving and I don't know the size of exactly how much space I have. Like, I couldn't have stuff in storage, but you know what that means. It's just kind of lame. And I don't know, like at the toy show we're going to too, I want to buy more, focus on more vintage stuff, because like you can just buy this new stuff anytime. You know, some of it's harder to get, of course. Some goes down in value, some goes a little up. But you know, when you're at a toy show, just to buy a whole bunch of stuff I could just order on Big Bad or CMD, it just seems kind of pointless, because it's just that you get that feeling, that dopamine hit, because you see it right there, right now, and you're like, oh, it's hot, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the things too, is like, as far as like GameStop, I'll touch on that real quick. Is like, I see more stuff at GameStop now than I do at Target or Walmart. It's
for sure.
It's absurd. It's absurd. And GameStop is closing their stores. They're I think it's like 300 stores or something this year or something like that.
Yeah, more in Canada. They're trying to sell the Canadian and France like ownership, and it's like, but the thing is, yeah, like you're saying, like I go there, I've seen no new Marvel Legends in Walmart this year, and like the GameStop, they're stacked. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I've only that Spider-Man retro line. I have seen Spider-Man, Chameleon, and I think that's it. Yeah, just those two out of those six, and Spider-Boy. Sorry, I've seen those three. Every Walmart, every Target, it's just those three. They have the tags out for all of them, but it's just those three. And it's like 4 or 5 Chameleons deep, 6 Spider-Man deep, 12 Spider-Boys, you know? It's like, and I'm like, okay, and I'm looking at the back of the card like, well, all right, well, where's everybody else? You know? Yeah, it's it's weird. It's really weird now you have to go to GameStop to get your stuff. P Jones says, I thought we're in the live chat. P Jones says, hey, I thought we were doing the cost of collecting show today. That's next week, man. We're talking about that next week. Cost of collecting going through the roof, skyrocketing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, we'll do it next. That'll be perfect for next week, eh?
Yeah.
I never lag it. Weird.
And then what were you saying? Your second?
Oh yeah.
Oh, did I freeze? Or did Danny freeze? I think we froze.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm lagging. I never lag. That's so odd to me. I got like fiber optic.
got fiber optics. Are you okay? I don't know who's lagging, but I'm
Yeah, I think
connected.
I am. I feel
Okay.
like I am.
Okay. So I'm
But I
connected
never
to.
lag. I got like so weird.
That's weird. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever. But what was the second thing you were saying?
Yeah, just what like the stigma of collecting, and then maybe like any other hot topics we can get if people want to start putting them in the chat too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, hey guys, so what we can do is for this this poll that we have coming up at the end of April, so you guys can vote on the next episode, not the next episode, but you know, the first episode, whatever, for May. Start putting what you want us to talk about in the live stream or in the live chat and in the comments.
Yeah, especially the comments, because then let's see it later, you know.
Yeah, and we'll see it later, and we're gonna get a poll together, and then so the first episode of May that we do will be voted for on by you guys. So look out for our Instagram and our YouTube post, whatever it is, community post. And yeah, look out for that, and we'll put some polls up of episodes. So what do you guys want us to talk about? And we'll mix and match, and we'll have you guys vote on it. So and also let us know what moving forward into the future means for you guys. What have you guys been up to? You know, as far as moving forward and stuff. Hey, Blue Raccoon. Yeah, let us know. And I don't know, man. I don't know what else to touch on in this episode. Danny, you got anything else that you want to?
Yeah, what do you like? Just key point, like what are you gonna really focus on, like moving forward this year? Like any top goals or anything?
So, yeah, for me, there's a couple of car projects that I want to finish and wrap up before starting like the big, you know, big project or whatever. So, but I think the other thing too is like I'm just gonna focus on me, like I have been, not in like a negative sense, not in like, you know,
it's all about me.
Yeah, not like that, but like, you know, like I said, I feel like I'm on 2.0, you know, software now. And because of that, I've kind of been able to rediscover myself and everything else. And that's what I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing as far as all that stuff goes. And yeah, that's what I'm going to focus on this whole year. If something comes out that I think is cool, man, I'll probably end up getting it. I got my hands on that Mafex Daredevil. It's fantastic figure.
Yeah, do you plan on doing any more, like even just slight reviews or highlights or anything on your channel? Kind of more.
So I feel like I want to keep doing the news, but that's getting like the Wednesday live streams and stuff. I want to keep doing that, but it's difficult because of my job and everything now. But what I want to do is I do want to do things from the store, so like reviews and stuff. And obviously, like if you guys watch the quick retro toy gimmick things, you guys can see the store in the background. So I'm kind of doing a live stream. That's not this live stream. Is kind of difficult. So, but I do want to do more reviews and stuff. And so, long story short, the store will be the backdrop. And I know I said that when I came back. Last September, something like that. But the owner didn't want to do anything, you know, social media wise and stuff like that yet. So I was kind of waiting for him to kind of give that like okay, I guess, for me to use the backdrop, the store as a backdrop or whatever. So I've gotten the okay now, and so that's my plan, is to get like a little phone mount, record whatever it is I'm talking about, review or whatever, and then edit it here at the house and then post it up that way. So
That's cool.
That's the plan.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
As far as like Transformers and stuff goes, there's going to be a lot of mix, G1, like a lot of older stuff, a lot of modern day stuff. There's going to be a lot of non-Transformer reviews on there as well. A lot of retro toys, some modern day toys. Yeah, it's just going to be like an all-encompassing kind of thing.
Yeah. That's cool.
But let's see. Go through chat real quick. Blue Raccoon in the live chat says, I will say I just got here. Transformers is missing its root because the story of Transformers started with a boy in Poland who made German military and consumer goods and entrepreneur in America. Blue Raccoon also goes on to say, quote, the seed of the future lie deep within the past. To unleash the warrior within, you must tame the beast within, end quote. And also says, I do respect, all due respect to the owner, but social media can boost sales and local customer attention. No, he's well aware of it. Of all that. He wanted timing and take a break and stuff. Yeah. Iaconus says, I'm out. Got to start work soon. Danny Input, everyone have a good night. You too, man. Take care of yourself. And P. Jones says, Solus Prime, Prima Prime, Megatronus seem pretty good from the reviews I've seen. Other than that, I'm not interested in the new line at all. So what moving forward, Danny? Same question. What do you got planned?
And to see more of my face and ass. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, just
only $3.99. You too can be part of OnlyFans.
Yeah, but just to keep up the grind. Yeah, like I said, this moving thing is gonna be huge for me. Just getting rid of clutter, really, just really honing the collection, and then just getting rid of a lot of junk, and just work on myself. Still hitting the gym as much as I can. And just everything else, just trying to stay positive, doing this show, keep this show up. And I'd love to do more toy hunts and this and that. But when nothing changes in your area, it's just, and you have 2 Walmarts, it's really hard. But, think of some other stuff I can do, hopefully. If not, I'll still be on here doing this. So it's a good way to get our face out there. But yeah, just looking forward to the future,
Yeah, absolutely. I get that. And the future and moving forward. And, that's it. And speaking of future, next week's episode is the cost of collecting. We're going to be talking about the, why it's going up and up and up and up and up and up and up with no seemingly ceiling in sight. Yeah, that's what we're talking about next week. And don't forget, guys, start leaving your comments and your about the topics that you want us to talk about. All over our social medias, Instagram and YouTubes, and comments and live chats, all that stuff, man. Leave it. And because we're going to have a poll up here at the beginning of April to start seeing what you guys want us to talk about. Let's see. Blokenson, what's up, man?
Blakeson. We have that new Canadian Tire to look forward to. I think that's someone from where I live, actually. That's funny. Yeah. What does this talk about potential? I don't know. I don't like crossovers, but it's a good thing. If you put that in the thing to vote for, maybe someone will vote for it. But off the top of my head, I don't really like the crossover stuff. But yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah, leave everything in the description. And yeah, I guess next week we'll be talking about the cost of collecting.
That's it.
That's it, man. So we'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive, and we'll see you next Monday, player. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. However, we must now conclude the program. We appreciate your viewership and apologize should we have inadvertently disrupted your evening. Please do not take any offense. We look forward to presenting another engaging topic next week. and we extend our gratitude for your continued support.
You can't stop it, no, the bass gonna break. Tidal waves crashing till the whole ground shakes. Danni Dolphin swimming through electric seas. In the dark we fly.